Otani just a few minutes ago makes his way out of the bullpen, ready to start this series opener against the Minnesota Twins. And we welcome inside. Hope your week's off to a great start. Here at Shohei Otani, 8 consecutive scoreless innings starting this game.
Show day, not just Kershaw day. We got show day, and this is getting better and better because we're getting to see him longer and longer as he goes through this year. Rehabbing at the big league level, those stats aren't rehab stats, but this pitch count is starting to build. Expect him out there for 3 innings today. Maybe he'll push 40 pitches, but if he's efficient, it'll probably end at 3 innings.
Saturday, Sunday, show day. Learning days of the week. All right, here we go. Dodgers and Twins ready to start this 3-game series. Championship ring giveaway maybe spark some good feelings here. We've got first pitch coming up on Sportsnet LA.
Event hit with runners in scoring position. Do not take this Twins team lightly. They got a lot of talent over there in that clubhouse.
Like I said at the top of the show, continue to just remember having fun. That's when you're at your best. It's just the bottom line. I know you're struggling. It's not fun when you're losing, but when you're at your best, you're loose and you let the game come to you. Everybody has a job to do. Go out there and do your job, and at the end, I guarantee they'll shake hands.
All right, Freddie Freeman woke up feeling very confident. Joe and Oral and Kirsten will be talking about that during the game. We've got first pitch on a beautiful Monday night at the Ravine with Shohei Otani on the mound. Coming up right after this.
The Dodgers and Twins starting a 3-game series on a beautiful Monday night, and it's Shohei Otani taking the ball for his 6th start in his return from Tommy John surgery. Cleanup spot. He comes in as the hottest Twins hitter, 500 over his last 9 games. Roger Clemens' son Cody's the first baseman and 5-hitter with Carlos Correa hitting 6th. That tells us something about the season he's having, down in the 6th spot. Same thing with Royce Lewis, the former 1st overall pick, struggling so much that he's the 7-hitter. Matt Wallner's in right field, and Harrison Bader's in left hitting 9. Though Otani gave up a run in his very first inning as a Dodger, he's not given up a run in 8 innings since. He carved through the Giants' 3 scoreless innings his final outing of the first half.
He's on rehab, Joe.
Yeah.
But these stats are like he is at an elite level, and he is. They slow played this whole thing, couldn't go down to the minor leagues because of the crowds he would draw, and the security would be an issue. So he's rehabbing at the big league level, and he's doing it at one of the best levels you can ever do it, and he is one of the best already.
The 2 hits to the first 2 hitters that he faced, 3 for 28 since then. Byron Buxton stands in, and off we go with a foul ball and strike 1. It's a fastball, which he threw 60% of the time above that against the Giants. It had been about 40% fastball prior to that.
Yeah, that sweeper is the combination with that fastball. Yes, he's got the other pitches, but about 70% of the time, a little over, it's going to be fastball or sweeper.
That's a drive to left center field, and Byron Buxton, who's having a monster season, starts this game with a bang. His 23rd of the year, and the Twins are out racing.
It was a sweeper that didn't sweep that much. It stayed up. This was a theme with Milwaukee, hanging breaking balls that they were powdering, and all of a sudden, Minnesota picked up on that theme.
1-0, just like that, and now Willie Castro takes outside for a ball. Out of the 22 that he's hit this year, out of the 23 that he's hit this year, that's his 6th to start the game. Buxton has always played well coming here to Dodger Stadium. When he's come with the Twins, when he came for the All-Star game a few years ago, hit a home run against a Dodger and Tony Gonsolin, and left no doubt on this swing.
It was a very short and powerful swing.
So the first home run that Otani's allowed. And 3-0 on Willie Castro. One of his claims to fame is that he has taken Otani deep before. A very rare 3-0 count. Back in there, 3-1.
And Shohei has been a strike throwing machine.
Here he is with a 3-1 to Castro. That's fouled off, and it's 3-2. Minnesota, one of the worst teams in baseball against high-velocity fastballs. Like we saw there, 97 from Otani. They're ranked 27th in average, 29th in slug. And they're going to see a lot of them tonight between Otani and May, who will follow him. He's faced the Twins a few times in his career. 2.08 ERA against Minnesota. From 3-0 to 3-2 on Castro. Here he comes. Caught it first by Freddie Freeman. A couple sweepers have been hit hard.
They look firm. They're not breaking as much as we've seen them in the past. They almost look like sliders, but they definitely have the sweeper spin. They're just not breaking as much right now.
One run, one out in his first inning, and Trevor Larnach, former first-round draft pick, DHing out of the 3 spot for the Twins and swinging and missing at a perfectly placed high fastball. Now, this Twins team is built to hit. A lot of people figured that they would be the favorite to win the Central. Tigers have run away in the division. The Twins come in 5 games out of the last postseason spot, and there are 5 teams that they'd have to pass to get into that spot. So at this point, with the deadline 10 days away, they're leaning towards being sellers. It's been a maddeningly streaky year for Rocco Baldelli's team. Started the season 7-15. Then they went 27-12 over an almost 2-month stretch. And like, okay, the Twins are doing what everybody thought they would. We see it on Old Spice Fresh Stats. Since that hot stretch, though, 14-24 really did knock them out of contention. 3 division titles in the 6 seasons under Baldelli. Last year looked like they were headed for another, but the worst collapse in franchise history last year. They go from comfortable playoff position in mid-August to the worst record in the majors the last month and a half. Another 1-2 to Larnach. Inside, and it's 2-2. And a look down to his landing spot.
It's slightly off so far here tonight. The spray pattern's a little off. He slipped a little bit on this last pitch. 2 balls hit off of him tonight, over 100 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss as he backfoots that breaking pitch. First of the night for Otani.
Only 1 ball hit over 100 miles an hour in all the other starts, the 5 starts here tonight. This one looks a lot more like his sweeper we've been watching.
If he and May, we'll see if there's anybody else that pitches tonight. If they collect 7 Ks, Jumbo Jacks tomorrow.
I would predict if only 2 pitchers for the Dodgers pitch, they win the game. And it's possible. Otani for 3, May for 6.
Ryan Jeffers, hottest Twins hitter, scorches one past Tommy Edman into shallow left field. There would have been a tough play, but coming off a day like yesterday, you'd love to see him make it. Dodgers committed 3 errors in that 1-run defeat.
This might be the 3rd ball hit over 100 miles an hour off the bat. 99, 98. Still pretty hot.
Inning kept alive. And up comes Cody Clemens. The Dodgers, you can point at every phase of the game through this 2-10 stretch. The offense has averaged just a little more than 3 runs per game. The staff has a 5.50 ERA. Then yesterday, those 3 errors. I was talking to Dave Roberts about just the last couple of weeks before the game today, and he said, look, it's one thing to lose games and every team goes through rough patches, but it's another thing to lose them how they lost it yesterday. Losing by 1 and then looking back and seeing all the mistakes that helped lead to it. Said you combine that with Kershaw's reaction, which we cut to break before he really lost his cool in the dugout, and you don't blame him with everything that went unraveling behind him. He said between those 2 things, that ought to get everybody's attention. That ought to be what helps a team put its foot down.
I think losing your cool or the competitive juice is just coming out. How bad he wanted it and how well he thought he was throwing at the time. If with a little help, didn't get much help.
99 gets a fastball by Clemens. Second strikeout of this first inning, but Byron Buxton leads off the game with a blast. Dodgers playing from behind. Game leads off, and this will be the look for the foreseeable future with Otani hitting second. Certainly helpful on a day where he's coming off of the mound to get a little more of a break. Smith and Freddie Freeman. Good sign to have Freddie Freeman in there after the hit by pitch yesterday. Hernandez and Conforto, then Pahz, Kim, and Edman round things out against the righty David Festa. Tall, wiry right-hander. Tiptoes through his line and fires a fastball for a strike. Festa has pitched really well lately, so those numbers are a little bit deceptive for what the Dodgers are going to see today. His last time out, he beat the best team in baseball record-wise. Went 5 1/3 against the Cubs and gave up just 2 runs. He's got an ERA around 3 his last 3 starts. It's 1-1 to Betts inside.
Yeah, that ERA is deceiving. This arsenal right here, the one pitch that he has added is the sinker. It's not ultimately effective yet, but it's in the mix and in development.
3-1 on Betts. First game in the leadoff spot yesterday. Went 1 for 5. Scorched a ball in the 9th inning with the bases loaded. Dodgers down to their last out, but right at the center fielder to end the game. Starts this game with a walk. Anything to get him a good feeling. Gets on base right here. There's Dave Roberts' hope. Just shift his mind from the mechanics and all the pregame work to just getting on base and competing and getting on base for this guy. Today's starting pitcher for the Dodgers has hit 34 home runs this year. He's hit 2 his last 2 games and knocked in 5. Here they are.
Batting average lately has not been up where he would like it, but the power numbers have been real good. Whether it's a full side or opposite field, the last 2 to the oppo side. So much pop in this bat.
And ahead 2-0. A little squeeze there. Home plate umpire Mike Muchlinski.
Ryan Jeffers behind the plate. This is poorly caught, but it was to the opposite side of where the target was.
On a 2-0 pitch. Shohei takes a strike. He has not gotten a hit in the first inning of one of his starts. Like you mentioned, though, that was with him walking off of the mound to the on-deck circle, not even going into the dugout, and like it was his phone booth. Superman hitting the ball in the air to center field. The starting pitcher hits a monster home run. He is out of this world. Shohei Otani, one of a kind, all time. 35 for the year.
Mookie gets on, Shohei goes deep. He used to rely on the 9-hole hitter to get on so he could hit with some people on base. Well, Mookie got on with the walk, and Shohei took care of it in a big way.
Dodgers take the lead. Otani gives one up, takes 2 back. Smith to the hole at short. Correa pops to his feet, skips a throw and gets him. And the 40-some thousand fans in attendance today are going to have a story they can tell for as long as they live. I was at a game where Shohei Otani, the legendary Shohei Otani, started the game, and then in the bottom of the first inning, hit a mammoth home run to dead center field.
These are not the last 45,000 people that will have that story. I think we're going to get to watch it a little bit more often. That was awesome.
So is this. Freddie Freeman being in the lineup. And golfing the first pitch that he sees into shallow right center field. Castro the call and the catch. Ask Freddie, what was the first thing you thought when that ball hit you yesterday? Because we're all thinking you're dead with you walking off of the field like that. And he said, well, 2017, I get hit in almost the same exact spot, ruined his year, missed months. And he was worried that it was that. He said, I knew either way, though, broken or not, there was no way I could keep playing. So he goes back for the testing. He gets the x-rays and they're negative. Of course, you're going to get more testing to confirm that. But he said as soon as the adrenaline wore off, a lot of times that's when the bad sign hits. But he said the pain wasn't that bad. It was just kind of dull. He knew he was good. Texted Dave Roberts this morning and confirmed it. And I think a surprise for everybody that saw him leave the game yesterday. Not just okay, but in there today as Tasker grounds one over to first and Clemens takes it to the bag and ends the inning. Shohei Otani starts this game with a couple strikeouts in the top of the first and then in the bottom of the first like only he can. A 2-run home run. In this game. Gave up a home run to Byron Buxton and drove in 2. Faces Carlos Correa, 6, 7, and 8 for the Twins in the second. And he hears the sound that follows Astros wherever they go. On the first pitch from Otani, he pops it up, backing out of play. Well, if you want the clearest reason that these Twins are underperforming this year, just look and see that Carlos Correa is hitting 6th and Royce Lewis is hitting 7th. 2 studs who are replacement level this year.
This had a chance to be a very powerful lineup. The predictions preseason were that they were going to hit, and the first 4 or 5 guys in the order would be outstanding, and it just hasn't panned out.
Otani's 0-2. Poke to right field. Hernandez runs back. He's got it. Well, if you tuned in late, you missed a lot. Byron Buxton started this game with a home run. He's certainly not been the problem in this Twins' disappointing season. His 23rd, but Otani followed it up with one of his own after Betts led off the game with a walk.
Shohei was down 1, and then he took care of his plus-minus to make it +1.
Now, if you don't follow the Twins closely, you may be listening and saying, okay, we get it that Correa's not having a good year, and that's a problem, but why is it such a big deal that Royce Lewis isn't having a good year? Well, this guy, when he's been healthy, has been right there with Otani, right there with Aaron Judge as the most powerful impact hitters in baseball. Just has not been the case this year. Takes ball 1 from Otani. He said recently, when I watch video of myself, I don't even recognize the guy that I see up there. Went into yesterday's game without a home run over the last month plus, and only 2 for the year. Rocco Baldelli pulled him into his office before the game and chatted with him, encouraged him. He goes out, he hits 2 home runs, matches his total for the year. And they're hoping that's a sign of what's to come. Smashes this ball past Tommy Edman. That had a different sound to it. That's the kind of sound they're used to hearing. And Royce Lewis is himself.
He has not hit the fastball at all this year. 2025, when he's seen some hard stuff, it is below 200. But this one, he's scorched. Tommy Edman having a night down there where they're just blistering the ball at him.
To say very much is an energy guy, feeds off of feeling good. And so I asked Rocco Baldelli, did he figure something out yesterday? And he said, we'll see. But what we know he did was get a good feeling to take with him onto the airplane. And for a player like that, that can mean a hot streak because he finally has a little bit of confidence, finally has something to feel good about. So he's on here with 1 away. And the hitter's Matt Wallner, who also went deep yesterday as the Twins hit 4 of them to avoid the sweep in Colorado.
I thought it was going to be interesting today to watch the Twins leaving Colorado and how the Dodger pitchers would attack them, because in Colorado the ball doesn't move as well. So all of a sudden you get back to sea level and the breaking balls are sharper. The fastballs feel like they're on you a little bit more. So some teams leave Colorado and go into slumps.
Well, so far so good for the Twins today, coming out of Colorado, facing Otani. A lot more hard contact than we've seen. Yeah, that's a 4-pitch walk to Wallner. And a word from Archer Jerky.
Fuel your game day with Archer Jerky and Meat Sticks. Find them at grocery and club stores near you.
Otani has 12 Ks over his first 10 innings. That's only his third walk. Bottom of the order for the Twins was the part that got it done yesterday. All 4 of the home runs that they hit came from the bottom part. Harrison Bader had one of those. There's been a lot more power lately from this guy. 5 home runs in his last 10 games. Strike one.
Shohei looking to zone in the fastball. He's been missing to the glove side, about 6 inches off the plate with most of them. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws Bader another breaking ball here. He hasn't hit those very well this year.
Did, and got a swing and a miss.
Just barely over 200 against the breaking ball this year, and Shohei knows that his is not just any breaking ball, it's elite.
Two on with one out, 1-2 pitch. Threw it again, missed away. He's thrown it a lot more already than we saw his last start. Only threw 5 sweepers against San Francisco.
After the hanger to Buxton, that was a home run. He's had a lot better release point and location with that pitch.
Here's his 2-2. It's a fastball to get Bader.
Slowed him down with the breaking ball and then beats him with the fastball. This is a well-located fastball. He's been pulling it a little bit to that side, but gets it to the outer half. Beats him.
There it is, the 3rd strikeout for Otani, so 4 away from Jumbo Jacks. Back to the top in Buxton. 31-year-old in his 11th year. He takes a strike on a fastball out of the corner. Healthy, and that's always been the thing. If he's healthy, there's nobody more gifted, nobody more talented than this guy. 23 home runs. He's a perfect 17 out of 17 in stolen bases and elite center field defense. Lofts this ball to right field. Hernandez, a long run. He will get there. And the Twins strand a pair. Now that's hot. Dodgers up 2-1 to the top of the 3rd. Otani goes back to work. It's a strike on Willie Castro. Lined out his first time. There's so many amazing things we get to see from Shohei Otani when we watch him 3 hours a day. And then a million amazing things that we don't see behind the scenes. That, by the way, was a splitter, which he's hardly thrown. There's one story I heard about yesterday. He was staying loose in the weight room between at-bats in front of the mirror going through his pitching delivery. He's worked really hard on that delivery to make it cleaner, more compact. Shot to second. Kim's got it. So he's in the mirror. He's going through his delivery. Does it a few times. He stops. Heads back out to the dugout. Puts his helmet on and crushes a home run. And I'm sure that there are dozens of those stories per day if we were to follow them around that would remind us how different this whole thing is.
Yeah, back when pitchers hit, you didn't see them really grind on their hitting, especially like mirror work. He's grinding on both sides of it.
This is the 3rd time in baseball history that a pitcher allowed and hit a home run in the first inning. Randy Lurch, the last guy, 1979. Before that, Marshall Bridges. A 1-1 pitch to Trevor Larnach. Grounded to second. Kim, back-to-back assists. Jack Dreyer, in case Otani needs any help getting out of this inning. Dustin May for the 4th inning if this ends cleanly.
I'll bet that neither one of those pitchers was hitting in the 2-hole.
Yeah.
So their team would have to bat to get to the 9-hole for them to hit their home run.
Jeffers, who could be headed out of here any day. And that's not because he's tearing it up, now above 500 over an 8-game hitting streak. That's because his wife is due to give birth any day. Pokes one to right. Hernandez won't get there, and he just keeps on hitting. It's as if he knows he's going to leave soon, and he's got to accumulate as many hits to show his new baby as he can.
Well, he causes the last bit of traffic, hopefully, for Shohei, but 5 total base runners over his previous 4 starts. Now he has 5 base runners in this game already. So a little bit more traffic he's pitching in than he's used to.
Pitched around it last inning, stranded a couple. Cody Clemens with 2 out, fouls off a fastball. Struck out Clemens his first time. Otani's 0-1. Lifted to right field. Hernandez goes back with room. That'll do it for Otani tonight. A leadoff home run from Buxton. Nothing from there. Boston. The domino effect that comes with that. Everybody else bumping up a spot, having to do a little more than you'd prefer to ask of them than they're used to doing. But then, too, Muncy was in a spot where he was as well-rounded, as locked in as he's ever been. Edman swings and misses. 1 away in this 3rd.
When Max is hot, he can carry the team. When he's not, he's the link because he does push everybody back into their comfortable positions in the batting order, and he's taking his walks and he's making sure that the lineup kind of gets turned over. So he really does help move the line along and kind of pass the baton.
Mookie Betts takes a ball, and you look at those numbers, the differences with and without him. Of course, he's been an all-star before, but as with a lot of the all-star caliber players on this team, they get overshadowed mostly by Otani. To truly appreciate what you have with Max Muncy is to go long stretches without him and see the difference that it makes. Two and one on Betts. We're talking about Dave Roberts trying to help Mookie Betts out by getting him into the leadoff spot. One of the things Dave said he'd like to see, and he would know Mookie was headed in the right direction, was a few more walks, and he started this game with one. He had walked just once in his previous 99 plate appearances, and this is a guy who walks more than 10% of the time usually. Talking through with Mike Malinsky how to play this back and forth game with the pitcher. Make sure that he's looking at the pitcher in time. Curving pop-up. Correa. So 2 outs in this 3rd inning, and up comes Otani, who's gone deep in 3 consecutive games.
All year, there have only been 6 home runs, hit over 440 feet. And Shohei has 2 of the 6 in the last 3 games. So he is locked in for the long ball.
Tried to hit number 36 right there, coming unglued on a fastball.
That ball would have gone 500 feet.
Yeah,
That swing.
man.
Holy smokes. Since Festa gave up the home run, he is really starting to work quick, and I think that's what the discussion was with the home plate umpire and Mookie, that he's wanting to get the ball and go, get the ball and go. Sometimes the anger, or you feel like you're not attacking, the first thing you'll do if you want to start attacking is changing your pace.
He's retired all 8 hitters since the Otani home run. Former 13th round draft pick, success story of their player development system. Goes full on Otani. He's throwing about 90 when he's at Seton Hall, and they drafted him up to the mid-90s now. 25-year-old from Verona, New Jersey, with a payoff pitch to Otani. Got him. 9 straight retired since the Otani home run.
Tomorrow we'll take home a Teoscar Hernandez bobblehead presented by Daiso. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
3, 4, and 5 for the Dodgers coming up in a 2-1 game in the 4th. Will Smith takes a strike from David Festa, who's retired 9 straight since Otani's home run 2 batters into the game.
Just giving up the 1 hit, but it was a big one. Twins are out hitting them 5-1. That is the Dodgers. The Twins haven't gotten anybody to get a hit with a runner in scoring position. They're 0 for 4.
One, 2 to Smith. Check swing foul, stays alive. Grounded out his first time.
Dodgers are looking to set the table and move some guys around. Average major league team gets about 8 guys in scoring position. 8 at bats where they have runners in scoring position. The Dodgers only had 10 at bats with a runner in scoring position in the home Milwaukee series for 3 games. So yes, they can hit the home run, and they've been a little bit home run reliant, but they need to set the table and then move them around.
Smith cracks one in the air, deep center field. Buxton going back, running out of room. Goodbye. So you can take your table setting and put it where the home runs land.
Well, a lot of these guys in this Dodger lineup are in scoring position when they're in the batter's box. So they need that lately. 7 of the 12 runs that they scored against Milwaukee come by this, a big fly.
That's the 7th that they've hit the last 3 games. Otani leads off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. David Festa stays on to face him a 3rd time. Way up there with his first pitch.
It's really not that close. It's just surprising.
Oh, it's a little bit closer to the zone, but ball 2. And now strike 1. Connivan's 2-2. We're talking about that first inning where gave up a home run and hit a home run. First time it's happened since Randy Lurch in 1979. That game was at Wrigley Field. The wind was blowing out 20 miles per hour to left field. After one inning, it was 7-6. The game finished 23-22. So that was the kind of environment that it took for a pitcher to hit one. Same inning that he gave one up. Very calm night and a low-scoring game, but he's different. On a 3-2, takes strike three. Fastball right through the mail slot.
Well, Lurch used the wind, but Otani used his own power because his home run was off a changeup. And not a lot has happened against that changeup since then. The Dodgers are 0 for 6 with 3 Ks on it.
Louis Varland gets loose. Smith, who went deep his last time, looks at a fastball strike. To Will, his 13th. He leads the league in average and on base. His slugging is now into the top 10 in the league.
Oppo Pop, he just continues to be the best hitter in the league.
Rips another left center field. He's found the seats again. A long home run from Will Smith is his second of the game, and it's 4-1.
His power is much bigger than his celebrations. Hanging, breaking ball, you hang him, we bang him. What a swing. So consistent.
So smooth and effortless.
It's like his golfing ability. Fans will take home a Hello Kitty crossbody bag. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Not a Hello Kitty body bag. Crossbody bag.
Oh, it's a crossbody bag?
No, you said it right.
Oh, thank you.
It's good you did. Yeah. Cole Sands out of the Twins bullpen to face Pahz. Bottom of the Dodger order here. First one popped out of his hand. Out of Sands' hand. And it's 1-0. Pahz 0 for 2 in this game. There's a drive to left center field. It's another bomb for the Dodgers. 4 tie.
There's no setting the table. It's just tipping the table over. Big fly after big fly after big fly, and then this one. Number 6,
'18th for Pahz. And each of his last 14 have come at home. Kim gets up on top of it, pounds it in the ground to second, and Castro throws him out. So 18 for Pahz after he hit 13 as a rookie. Has found the seats, his 18th. A 4-home run game for the Dodgers and a 5-1 lead as we march along to the 9th. Some defensive changes. James Outman into the game in center field. Andy Pahz over to right. Tasker Hernandez out. Top of the order for the Twins, but a 4-run lead for Tanner Scott and the Dodgers. Hooked foul by Buxton. The lone run for the Twins was on a leadoff home run from Buxton against Otani. They've had traffic in every inning, but have stranded 10.
Second pitch of the game. Their only offense.
Scott to Buxton with an 0-2. And he checked his swing.
It doesn't feel like a save situation, but it is because of Tanner Scott coming in to get out of Dustin May's jam last inning. Nice to have a little 1-2-3 crisp inning here.
Foul ball.
I was glad it was foul. I didn't want the broadcaster jinx.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well, May's extremes, season of extremes continues. Pitching into the 8th inning against the White Sox to giving up 7 runs to the Giants to 4+ scoreless.
He was in the zone again tonight in those 3-ball counts, just a few of them. Did he have a couple of walks? He liked his rhythm the whole night. I like the fact that he was finding a way to throw strikes from the windup and from the stretch.
Checked again.
Dustin's stuff is so good. It is really about control and a little bit of command. He doesn't have to be super precise, but just a little bit of command after the control.
A leadoff walk to Buxton. Scott trying to combine with May to do something the Dodgers have not done during this 2-10 stretch. That is have a game with the bullpen
Number 50
go scoreless. At least 1 run in all 12 of those games. Willie Castro 0 for 4. Much everybody is up around this part of the order. It's the bottom of the order that's gotten it done for Minnesota today. And by getting it done, that bar is low. It's the bottom of the order that's at least reached base. Strike 2.
And Harrison Bader at the bottom of their order is the guy that's going to lose some sleep tonight over leaving runners on.
Sky high in center field. James Outman hustles on and makes the grab for the first out of the 9th. Brooks Lee sent up there as a pinch hitter. Lee was a first-round pick out of Cal Poly a few years back. First full season in the major leagues, really struggling lately. Just 104 his last 15 games. And so Rocco Baldelli was planning on giving him a couple days here out of the lineup. Had yesterday off as well. Off of the bench though, cuts and misses at Scott's first pitch. Son of the longtime head coach at Cal Poly, Larry Lee. So Brooks was born and raised in San Luis Obispo, was at the field pretty much every day of his life. And I got to play for his dad there. Went around and he's in an 0-2 hole.
Well, if Tanner Scott and Will Smith decide to throw the fastball here and they decide to go up, he needs to get it up. He's wanted to get the fastball up there about 4 times and has not gotten it up high enough in any of them. It goes breaking ball down and in.
Ooh. Hit him with a 1-2.
He got it the right height. He just pulled it in there.
Number 27, Ryan Jeffers.
And just in case, Tanner Scott needs to be bailed out. Kirby Yates is getting loose. Jeffers checks his swing, 1-0. Jeffers 2 for 3 with a walk in this game. And the Twins, another inning with traffic. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike.
In some ways, in some outings, Tanner Scott's turning into a breaking ball pitcher because that fastball is just not where it's at yet, or he needs it where it was there last year. Pinpoint and great spin rate, great velocity. You could actually tell the hitters it's coming, and it was still really hard to hit.
2-2. The Twins, since the leadoff home run from Buxton, have had 12 base runners. Trying to push one across for the first time. 2 on with 1 out in the 9th. The 2-2 from Scott is in the dirt for ball 3.
We talked about Dustin May's confident body language. I don't see it with Tanner Scott. I see Dave Roberts. Yeah, he doesn't see it either. I don't know if he wants to encourage him or make a change. Oh, yes, he is. Could be a little bit of an injury worry here.
Kirsten's letting us know that a bunch of the players were pointed out that he's grabbing that hamstring and he's going to leave this game. Hope that it's grabbing the hamstring and not what he's doing the grabbing with that's bothering him. So Kirby Yates does have to come in for Tanner Scott, who leaves the game with an injury. And in a 5-1 game here, the Twins trying to make things interesting. Already with 2 runners on, 3 balls on the hitter Jeffers.
Kirby's inherited 9 runners this year. 4 have scored. He needs to come into this outing and be clean right out of the bullpen, or this game is going to get close here in the 9th with only 1 out. Fastball, split change. And the key to the success of his outing is the fastball location that sets up the window for his split change.
So inherits a 3-2 count. And the Twins have the tying run in the on-deck circle here. It's a save situation for Yates. Minnesota's been leaning against that door all day. Whole team putting their weight on the door. Trying to break through it. 5-1 in the top of the 9th. Here's a 3-2 pitch. It's the first one that Yates throws in a unique situation for a guy. Misses with his first pitch, and just like that, tying run comes to the plate.
We have a walk, a fly out, a hit by pitch, and a walk to set the table.
And Cody Clemens, who's had some huge hits since coming over from the Phillies earlier this year. It includes 12 home runs. One gone here in the 9th. Yates delivers. Clemens takes a strike. Strike two.
First pitch fastball was perfect height to set up a split change, but instead they go up the ladder and get the swing and miss. Now you can almost go anywhere. Nothing has come easy.
Not for a while. The 1-2. Fly to center field. No big deal for James Outman. Runner will come in from third. 5-2. But 2 gone in the 9th inning. And it'll be up to Carlos Correa. Like a movie script. The villain in the last scene.
Number 4, Carlos Correa.
Oh for 4 today. Pinpoint for a strike.
It's one of those interactive movies where somebody's going to get a choice of what the ending is.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
I hope Yates gets to pick. Is that because he thinks signs are getting delivered?
I think it was maybe uncomfortable with just where he was in his delivery and his setup.
He's ahead 0-2, and they're a strike away.
Should get some pretty good volume from the home fans now.
Eager. The standards around here are starving. Dodgers looking for their first win of the second half. 5-2 in the 9th. Tying run at the plate. Yates to Carlos Correa with a 1-2 pitch. Driven to center field. Outman goes back. He's at the wall. Makes the catch to end the game.
And the villain comes up short. Good swing. Pitch was in the middle. He didn't get all of it. It was slightly off the end. And James Outman robs the villain.
Usually it's the villain, it's the Robin.
35th comeback win of the year for the Dodgers, which leads Major League Baseball, and maybe it'll get them going.
Dave Roberts exhales. Kind of a painful exhale. Five to 2, they hang on. Now win the opener against the Minnesota Twins, their first win of the second half. For Orl and Kirsten, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium.